that you make it. I feel like a maze that I can't see a way out. I've been stacking face down off canvases I painted. I just spent the rain day on drip I can't afford, but that's the price I pay for the memories I'm making. I've been going places, I've been shaking hands for a chance to really make it. This life is so abrasive, so I almost gave it. All this that I'm laying.
What's up, guys? Welcome to today's episode of Grind Hard, Hustle Smart with me, Charles Johnson. I got a good one for you today. Today we're going to talk about our obituary, death, the ending of our story, and what does it mean? Why am I talking about that today? Talking about that today because of this. I've been thinking recently, and it's just from my own perspective, my own personal experience. Every single day that I go and I'm not accomplishing the things that I have set out to accomplish, I feel as if I'm dying. And the closer I get to the day of my death, however close or far off that day is, I feel like one or two things is going to happen. I'm going to die having accomplished the things that I set out to accomplish, or I'm going to die having never experienced any sort of success at all. So imagine, if you will, what your funeral will look like. What will it sound like? How many people will be there? How many people will actually mourn your passing? What will your eulogy sound like? What will people remember you for? Who and what will be in your obituary? And what will you leave to those who you have left behind? Just think about that for a moment. Because life is finite. We know that. And one day you will pass from this life to the next. One day someone will close the casket on you and put closure to a life lived. I think about this often. It's the reason why I think about it is because I think I'm really underachieving. That's just my own personal opinion of myself. I'm not as great as I can be. To be truthful, I'm really tired. I'm not tired from working too hard or tired from the exhaustion of the grind. I'm not even tired from a hard life. I'm tired from the realization that I'm so talented, but I have not ascended to the level of achievement that I believe my talent is worthy of. I'm tired of having an atmosphere that supports in tongue but not in actions. Tired from wanting to cry during these sessions because I'm so passionate about what I do and say, but there is no release for it yet. There is no stage. I'm not motivationally speaking to a crowd. I mean, I am here on this podcast, which I enjoy doing. Brings joy to my soul, to my heart. But I like also being on the stage, live, in person, feeding off the crowd. I'm tired from being capped and put into a box. Too often, we put ourselves in the box or others put us in the box, and we allow it to happen. And this has me thinking about death and my legacy a lot. Has me thinking of what I will leave to my family. Will it be businesses, ownership, and generational wealth? Or will I leave them a few $1,000s, some life insurance policies, a tattered legacy, and many unrealized hopes, dreams, ideas, and achievements? See, next month, if you didn't know, in April, I'm in Aries, I'll be 35 years old. I'll be halfway to 70. I am ever advancing towards the conclusion of my story, the story that I am writing hourly, daily, and every moment I exist in this life. So I think to myself, is anything I'm doing right now worthy of going into my obituary? Is any of the people I have in my life worthy of being in my obituary? What will it read? How will it read? What will the cliff notes of my life have within it? These are the questions I ask myself often. And to be truthful, I know I can be one of the best motivational speakers in the world. However, I don't want to be the best in the world. I don't want to be the best in the United States. I want to be the best ever. I want to be the Michael Jordan of speaking, the Jerry Rice of speaking, the Tom Brady of speaking. I want to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And I know this seems out of reach or unachievable, but think of it this way. If you do not shoot to be better than those who have come before you, how can you make your mark memorable? I want to be unique and run my race. However, I want to be great while doing it. So as we all go throughout this week, I suggest that we start writing our story from the end going backwards. Write your obituary, figuratively and literally. Write the people in it, the achievements of your life in it. Then ask yourself, is there anything that I'm doing right now at this current time, this point in time, to make any of those things true or come to pass? Then we should ask ourselves, what do we need to do to make these things happen? Sure, we all know we should live in the now, but we also need to put things in perspective and being understanding of the fact that life is finite. It will end. Are you writing a story now worthy of a kick-ass, memorable, and inspiring ending, or something copied and pasted from history? We all have an ending or conclusion. Will it be like everyone else's, reading like every other obituary ever? Reading something like this: you were born, you graduated from somebody's school, you raised a family, you worked, and then you died. There is no high points or exciting moments, just some mundane existence. Or are you going to begin to believe in your talents, your gifts, and why we were all put here on this earth? In other words, our purpose. This great quote from Denzel Washington says this. It says, "Never compromise who you are. You are born with the capacity to achieve greatness if you so desire. Learning to say no is a critical element to assessing that greatness. Your choices will define you, so make them the right ones." And I think about these things constantly. How will your obituary read? That's a serious question we all need to answer. And I sit here and I get angry and I get emotional and I feel down and out at times because I know I have not even begun to scratch the surface of how talented God really made me. I'm grateful for every gift, every aptitude, everything He's given me to bring my talents to light. I'm grateful for. But I get angry because of this. You know, I talk about support a lot. Talk about actions a lot. Talk about learning a lot. I talk about putting ourselves in difficult situations so that we can build our character. But one of the most frustrating things is this: how others react to you promoting your gifts, exposing your gifts. Because you believe down deep in your heart that everyone wants to see you succeed. Obviously, you want to see you succeed. But you believe deep down, because we're all good people at heart, I believe that others want to see us succeed. But there comes a time when it's time to put rubber to the road, and those people are often seldom there to back you up when you need them. Which is my greatest frustration, because oftentimes we have to chase these things by ourselves. They're not the responsibility of anyone else. They're solely our responsibility. Just like you were born into this world by yourself, you're going to go out by yourself. That obituary that has your name on it will be just about you. So why don't we start to live each day? Live each day as if our obituary could be printed tomorrow. How much will we achieve by that end? How much will we start to believe in ourselves at that end? How much would we start to increase our own self-esteem as opposed to letting others pull us down and not feeling confident in who we are and how far we can go and what we can achieve? See, my call to action to everyone today, including myself, is to live each day as if it was our last. Do we truly give it everything we got each and every single day? Are we just sitting here paying everyone and ourselves some type of lip service? Because to be truthful, to be raw, death is coming for everyone, all of us. Life is finite. Everything that has a beginning has an end. You were born one day. Everybody's obituary will say the day you were born and the day that you passed, or the day that you went to heaven, or the day that you passed on. Say something like rest in peace, rest in heaven, rest in power. And more often than not, our dreams, our hopes, our aspirations have an obituary as well. And the dates coincide with yours. And we can't say rest in heaven on dreams. We can't say rest in power on dreams. We can't say rest in peace on dreams because they never lived. They never were tangible. They were never born because we refused to bring them to light. These are the things I think about constantly. What are we doing right now to write our story backwards? Because everybody wants to live each day as if their story is being written, but we never think about the conclusion. We should begin each day. Write a conclusion right now. Write your obituary right now, so massively impressive that it's impossible to accomplish. And then set out going to accomplish at least just 50% of it. And I guarantee you'll be a lot further in this life when you get to the end of your life than you would ever have thought you could be. Because truthfully, we all think someday we're going to save the world from some massive, event, some disastrous event that happens. We all want to be the Arnold Schwarzeneggers of our lives, the superhero of our lives, the Denzel Washingtons of our lives, the Idris Elba of our lives. When in actuality, we're more, even though we're the main character, if our life was to be written out in a script, we'd be more like the extra. Refusing to take a hold of our own lives because we're scared of death, we're scared of failure, setbacks, pain, obstacles, obstructions. But what if we wrote our ending? What if we wrote our ending to match our dreams? Our obituary to match our dreams? This may sound a little egotistical, but I want everybody to be at my funeral. I want President Obama to be there. I want Oprah to be there. I want Denzel Washington, Idris Elba to be there. I want, Maya Angelou was still alive. I want her to be. I want everybody who's existed in this world great to be at my funeral because I was that great. I want LeBron James to be there, Michael Jordan to be there. I want Tiger Woods. I want everybody to be there. Anybody who's ever accomplished anything great and who's considered the GOAT, I want them to be there to give their applause, to say, you know what? I was great, but that man was best. He was greater. He exhibited things that even I need to work on. That's how that's how amazing I want to write my obituary. This is your call to action, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is it. Put things in perspective. Write a destination for your life so massive that nobody will believe it but you, because that's how it should be. See, we often fail in life because we don't know where we want to end up. We wander through life until we just haphazardly fall onto some goal or achievement. I'm like, okay, I make $250,000 a year. I'm good. That's not my goal. People laugh at Kanye. People may be disgusted by him. But I tell you what, you can't hate the man's grind. You can't hate the man's story. He told us what he was going to do. I will be a billionaire. What did he do? He did it. We all say, oh, man, that dude's crazy when he was up there talking about, I may be the greatest of all time. I may be a genius. The man is on the billionaires list. Kid from Chicago. Hoping and praying in dreams, and actively, he grinded hard on them every single day. He hustled smart every single day, and he made it happen. The title of this podcast isn't Grind Hard, Hustle Smart for nothing. It means something. We should write an ending, an obituary to our lives, and then grind hard and hustle smart towards those things each and every single day. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. But in between those ups and downs, there's going to be moments, monumental moments, that are worthy of being written in our obituary. Things that we have done that will be remembered for all time should we decide to chase them. We all witness greatness each and every single day. We watch people come and go. We call them the GOAT. They're the best that has ever done it. Why can't we do it better? Okay, so what? President Obama was the first black president. I'm absolutely amazed by that, but it's time for the second. Kamala Harris was the first black female vice president. We're over the hump, but it's time for a second. You all have the capacity for greatness. We all have the capacity for greatness. I'm not trying to be the best motivational speaker in the world. I love Eric Thomas to death. He's my idol. And he always says, I'm the number one motivational speaker in the world. And he should. He's earned that title. He's worked for it. He's grinded for it. But you know what? I don't want to be better than Eric Thomas. I don't want to hold the best speaker in the world. I want to be the greatest ever. I want to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time. I want to set the bar so high that they have to write textbooks about how I did it so others can do it. That's the realm I want to be in. We should all shoot for something like that. And sure, people might say it's egotistical. You are overconfident. But that's the moments we put on our blinders. We put on our shields, capes, gloves, get our tools, and we go to work. We work day in and day out. Wake up and go to sleep thinking about this, praying for it, working for it, sweating, bleeding for it. That's what we should be doing each and every single day. Each generation has an Independence Day, a day when they relinquish the identity of the past, a day when they overcome unbearable obstacles, a day when they decide to make their own way in the world, a day when they take ownership of their own lives and the trajectory of their lives, a day when they determine for themselves how valuable they are as individuals. I'll end it there, ladies and gentlemen. Please take this time, if you haven't done so already, and download this podcast, share it with your friends, and add it to your daily routine. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Stitcher, Amazon, and many other podcasting platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, please also leave a review. It really does help me out a lot. It helps me give you better material, a better product, and it really does go a long way. Ladies and gentlemen, you all are awesome, amazing, wonderful human beings. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Begin today to start at the end and write your story backwards and write a conclusion that's so massive, so massively impressive, so massively successful that it seems impossible to everybody but you. Have a good one.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record, for the record, for the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. H6 all the hate. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ballin' age. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the young influence. Adolescent presence, I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but the moves elusive and I'm barely moving. But I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winnings when I know you're losing. So I work the winnings and they throw the deuces. Guess I have to pivot, shooting the bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper cash, bucket tax. That's a joke, tell them laugh. Uncle Sam, fuck out the bag. Brody plot, we'll get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. Whoa, 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 whoa. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, yeah. For the record.